Welcome, race fans, to Talladega. Actually, we're in Lincoln, Alabama for the NOSSCAR Cup Series to bring you 70 laps of heart-pounding action here tonight. Alan Bergen with you alongside of you, bringing you all the action from the green flag to the checkered flag right here on the Red Line Racing Network. And we are posted up here in Lincoln, Alabama, as these guys will go 70 laps here tonight. And I got to tell you what, last week Justin Anigasak brought home the victory, but it's going to be a whole new show here tonight as we are looking at a 103 degrees on the racetrack and 77 degrees in the stands, 58% relative humidity, and a 10-mile-an-hour wind. All right, as we are getting set for qualifying, actually they're in qualifying, so let's go ahead and get trackside and see what these drivers are up to right now. Speaking of Justin Anigasak, we go horizontal with our ticker here. He's on the pole right now with a 53.91, and it's not about where you start, it's about where you finish. As Mr. Excitement himself joins me into the booth. Matt, I tell you what, I'm excited to be here. I know you have picked up an extra shift where your day job is, but you're going to attempt to run a few laps here. And that number 66, Beast Mode Performance. And so far, right now, if you want to sit on the pole of this piece, you got to beat Justin Anigasak's 53.91. And right now, we got Jose Ruiz on the Speedway. He's hoping to do that himself. And Jose Ruiz, I got to tell you right now, Matt, he cannot put one of these together, but look, it's anybody's game. Jose Ruiz comes to us out of Sacramento, California.
And like you said, Alan, it's anyone's game. And look, it's Earnhardt country. It's Talladega, Alabama. It's 33 degrees of banking in these corners and 2.66 miles around this megaplex. It's the great equalizer. Anyone can win it. You said it yourself. It's not about where you start this race. It all comes down to where you are. If you're in the right spot, when it's the right time in the nighttime, and that's going across that start-finish line, that's what everyone is going to be playing, a mental chess match. It's going to be a dogfight out here. Look for these drivers to just kind of ride, use that veteran experience, I think. And then once you get down to, 30 laps to go, that's when you're really going to see all the high-octane action just burst onto the scene, onto the racetrack to make sure you can be the lucky one. And I say lucky because it takes some luck. This racetrack has to help you out a little bit to be the one to cross that to cross that start-finish line first when all is said and done.
Well, as these guys are going to get gridded up, we're high above the Talladega Super Speedway. Let's go ahead and take a look at your starting lineup here tonight. And on the pole, Justin Anigasak and the double natural of Tyler Dohar will be starting on the front row. Row number 2, you'll find the Red Bull Bandit, now in a Mountain Dew ride, the 88 car Josh Taylor and Justin Knapp. Row number 3 is Hot Rod Jordan McGraw and Samuel, who lives under the sea, SpongeBob SquarePants, in that number 94 ride. Row number 4 is where you'll find Kyle Kuykendall and Mr. Excitement himself in a Tier 1 Sweet Shop victory. That is Matt Mettler. Row number 5 is Rob Shaw and Morgan Willie with the Busch Light 41. Row number 6 is where you'll find Daniel Helms and Jason Metcalf, our Daver from the north. Row number 7, Gabriel Wood and Nick Vince. Row number 8, you'll find Jose Ruiz and Michael B. Allard. Row number 9, Thomas Geyer and T-Mac Tyler McWhirter. Row number 10, John Osborne and Gary Turner will start. Just row around out your top 20. Starting 21st will be Matt Heel and Robin Hood himself, Shane Haar. Row number 12, you'll find Eliza Fisher and the number 57 car, Justin Lynch. And in row number 13, RJ Croteau and Chris Leota. And row number 14, you'll find Joe Tardif and Gary Maydew. And all alone back there is a Grant Salzano and that number 14 ride, starting 29. There's 25 cars will start the race here. But we'll make it actually 29 cars will start the race. Matt, we're going 70 laps here at Talladega. It's going to be fun.
You know it's going to be lit here at Talladega, and I mean, why not, right, Alan? You got the stars of NOSSCAR here on display in this league. Almost, I think, 35 drivers going to take the initial green flag as T-Mac right now giving his pre-race brief. And he said it himself, this is going to be the wild card, the joker for the playoff push, because as we were covering in the pre-race show, you just have to put a car out there on the racetrack, have a couple things go your way, and you can have a shot to win this race. And everyone knows it. Why I love plate racing. I've always been a huge fan of it, Alan. You know that. And right now we're just rolling here. It's the calm before the storm on the formation lap here, getting ready to go green flag racing as we get set to go into the turns 3 and 4 complex. And Alan, you know what happens after that, buddy.
Oh, yes. I absolutely do know what happens after that. And, you know, you got Justin Anigasak, last week's winner, and Tyler Dohar, double natural. But if you're the third car in line, you got a pretty good shot at winning this thing. But I'm going to give you a little bit of a history lesson here before we get ready to go green.
Feed me.
They didn't put that start-finish line up in the tri-oval. Bill France wanted to sell more tickets, so we put it down there at the end of the tri-oval. And as Barney's got the flag stand in hand, you know what time it is, Matt? It is time to do it for Dale. Be like Biff. As we come through the restart zone, we're waiting on him. Barney's waiting on him, but we're going to do it for Dale. We're going to be like Biff and race fans. As the field comes through the restart zone, we're going to race like Rowdy.
Green flag in the air, and these glorious V8s already come roaring to life here in prime time. Up through the gearbox for the first time. That inside lane getting a great surge on the bottom as we're kind of broke up here on the top lane. But Alan, you know how this goes. This can change in an instant. Doing a little bit of side drafting, trying to gain a little bit of momentum. There we go. Now coming back to the two cars on the top side. Let's see if we can get some momentum, just some confidence here early in this one.
Yeah, right now, Tyler Dohar out to the lead here. As we don't have any gap. Right there we go. Now we see that gap. The field comes thundering down onto the front. And we got, well, we normally call it a John Force special, but ladies and gentlemen, we are 3 wide, and right now, Tyler Dohart and high wide name on that outside line. And there we go. We see it right there. The 08 car, Justin Knapp, going to go to the outside. He's going to dump the outside line like he's just been stood up at the prom. Down the back straightaway here, lap 2. Justin Knapp going to lead lap number 1. Tyler Dohart, the double natural. He's got Samuel Morris right behind him, and Matt Mettler third on the outside line. Here comes Morgan Lilly. Right now, it's slick right now, and well, it's only going to get slicker, so we got to take care of those tires. This is what it looks like on I-270 in St. Louis during rush hour.
Certainly does right now, and right now having to do a lot of throttle manipulation right now. That dirty air. Oh, 3 wide. They're going to try to sneak past top shelf where Mama hides the cookies, Alan. I don't know if I like that move so early in this race, but then again, these guys are good. They're really good. They expect to be able to run 3 wide, no problem. But hey, just remember, I didn't say that, they did.
Well, right now, Tyler Dohar is still out to the lead. Him and Sam going to abandon the outside line. That's going to put Matt Miller in a sucker hole. Get the old 4-car getting down there and get Matt some help. Maybe, maybe not. The outside line sure seems to be the... And I tell you what, Matt, I put one analogy to this. In high school, we used to do the Indian run when we played football. We all ran in a single file line. And in the back of the line, we get the momentum and jump to the front of the line. And we just do that for about 4 or 5 times around until everybody got to lead the line. And this is what we're going to see here is we got 2 cars back there in the back. It looks like it's going to be Josh Taylor in that number 88 car. He's he's right there. And I believe that's, where's that 63 car at? And it's going to be the 1 car of Joe Tardif. These guys are going to be in danger of losing that draft. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, Mr. Excitement himself leading lap number 5. 4 coming to lap 5. 4 laps in the
Thank you for the broadcaster's curse, Alan. Right there. My race is now over. Thank you.
Well, hey.
No, I'm just kidding, buddy. I'm just kidding. We do have a slow car, though, and the outside lane saw it before I did, and I didn't get to move up, and now I have flashbacks of Kevin LePage at, I believe it was at Daytona. However, not going to happen here as that driver pulls it back down the racetrack. Great heads up, and that's one of the things I love about these guys in this series. They're just so experienced. They know a thing or two because they've seen a thing or two. Not to quote Farmers Insurance, of course, but you know, when you have a bunch of veterans like this on the racetrack, it just gives you more confidence as a driver to go out there and have fun and trust the process.
Well, right now, Micah Allard is giving Morgan Lilly the business as they are coming down into the Turn 1 complex. A little bit of side draft going on here at the front of the field. And right now, Matt, it is just about anybody's game. If you're Matt Heel, though, in that 53 car, you got one of the best in the business of Justin Anigasek helping you out here. We're going to go on board with Justin right here. And there he is on the outside line. When you see that purple Red Bull car up on your tail, you know you're like Allstate, you're in good hands. You know, since we're making insurance quotes.
That we're doing at over 190 miles an hour. Now back across the tri-oval into the restart zone and back at the line. And that's just about how fast the lap transpires here at this 2.66 mile megaplex. If you've never been here, Alan, there's nothing like it. And seeing it in person, the pictures, I don't care if you got a 4K television. When you see those 33 degrees of banking, it is jaw-dropping. It is borderline terrifying. And then you wonder, how do these guys do it?
You know, I would love to put a heartbeat meter on some of these guys to see what their heart rate is, because I'm sure it's going through the roof right now. It is amazing how these guys will stay calm as we have just about, 67 laps left to go. Still a whole lot of racing going on as we've just run 70 laps here tonight. But don't forget to join me straight away after this is over on ABSN with the Western States Racing League at 9:20 Central, 10:20 Eastern, as we go 64 laps at Indianapolis. Matt, I know you tuned in a lot over there, as you know, you're spending the ones and twos at your day job.
That is correct. A lot of times when I'm at work, working the double or the triple, I'll tune in, and I always support your broadcast, Alan. I don't just say it, I do it, and you're doing a heck of a job, and looking forward to what's down the pipe in the future for you as you continue to venture off doing this on your own. And I hope you're enjoying it, man, because you're absolutely crushing it behind the microphone.
Well, I tell you what, over on ABSN, and not to take anything away from Redline Racing Network or the NOSSCAR, we are on the road to 100 subscribers. So make sure you hit that like. Also, over here on Redline Racing Network, make sure you look up Devil Charger. That is the home of Redline Racing Network. Hit that like, subscribe, and share button. Every little bit helps. Make sure you share it out. Hit those bells. That way, every time NOSSCAR and the Red Line Racing Network comes on the air, you're notified and you're in front of your TV. As right now, Michael Allard would love nothing more than to be out front leading this piece and would have the rest of the field staring at his back bumper all night. We are now working lap number 9. We got 8 laps into the history books. And I got to tell you what, oh boy, Morgan Lilly ditching out on his own rather. And here comes the Red Bull Rocket, Red Bull Bandit, and the Mountain Dew Bandit. And that is Josh Taylor in the 88 ride. He's bringing the whole line with him. And this is almost like a game of tug of war at 188 miles an hour. I believe we call it 190 miles an hour in the draft.
In fact, I had to back way off there. I was up in the red. I can't believe I didn't blow my engine. I was not paying attention, Alan, and that thing was pegged in the red on the oil and the water. I probably lifted just in a nick of time, but that's the other thing you got to pay attention to. Hey, you know, if having cars going 200 miles an hour, you know, within inches of you isn't enough, you also have to monitor the temperatures because, as you know, when you push the car in front of you, you take away all cool air coming in to your power plant underneath that hood. And when you choke it off like that, yes, it gives you more speed, but the consequence, the other side of that is hotter engine temps, hotter oil temps, and if you don't pay attention, your race is over, literally, in the blink of an eye.
Yeah, your race can get over just as it starts, and no one wants to win the race to the beer stand on lap 11. And speaking of beer stand, we're looking for a beer stand sponsor for the race to the beer stand. So if you got on a bar, on a microbrewery, or just love alcohol and own a liquor store, ask your local liquor store. I don't know. But if anybody wants to sponsor the race to the beer stand, we'll get you on there and we'll get you plugged in. Grant Salzano not trying to be in the way. We got trouble. And we got a big one. Oh no. A lot of cars are involved. Matt Bettler going to drive away. Nick Bench is in that one.
Yeah, we got some damage, buddy.
Justin Knapp going to drive away. Let's go ahead and get to you a Red Line Racing Network replay. We're going to go here. And Arnold Schwarzenegger would say, let's get to the chopper. It looks like just a really bad block on Nick Benson. Matt had nowhere to go except for up the racetrack. Everybody scrambling like they saw the cops at the party. Remember that thing about the broadcaster's curse? We just invoked it.
I'm coming. En route.
That's going to bring out caution number 1 for the evening with the NOSSCAR Cup Series. And we're at 11, we got 12 laps in the history books before we went caution.
You know, that was a nice little 13-lap stint there, too. There was some great racing going on, but just the way you catch lap traffic sometimes, it, you know, not only startles some people, but then you have some jostling going around there, and, you know, that's all it takes sometimes to set off the big one, and that's what we've had here on now working lap 13, trying to catch up to my buddy that had that great runner-up finish just a little bit ago. There we go. We got to pass a couple more cars here. I don't want to get anyone a black flag. Okay, now we got our right spot behind Tyler Dohar here. He did a great job of threading the needle getting through that. And I'll tell you what, once that bomb went off, that was insane. Those cars flying everywhere. I may have to change my race suit after that one, buddy.
Absolutely. As we are coming down, everybody coming down pit road. Mind you, this is 103 degrees on the racetrack. So, I mean, those tires are going to come at a premium. And taking a look at the weather right now, Here's what that's going to show. It is 99 degrees. The track tip's problems. The track tip has 99 problems, and the field isn't one. It's a cool 75 degrees in the air, and we got a northeast wind at 7 miles an hour. Humidity in Lincoln, Alabama is everything. At 59% relative humidity, and we are under a clear sky.
And you're right. I mean, 59% humidity. I mean, obviously, you can feel some moisture in the air, but you're still going to be making a good amount of horsepower under the hood, and that was evident out there, especially in the draft. A lot of big drivers in this series impacted in that one, Alan. I'm not sure what the total car count was, but it seemed like, at least 10 or so involved there. We got some moderate wheel damage. I'm currently under repair here in the pits. I'm going to try to see if we can fix this car versus burn a fast repair. But currently right now, I think we're going to be okay here as the rest of the field now reforming back up behind that iRacing.com pace car. And I'm keeping my eye on my relative because I got to make sure I get out in front of that pace car. If not, I'm going a lap down. And Alan, we know in this league how tough it is to overcome those, especially with how much lean, mean, and green they keep these racetrack.
Right now, if you're wondering, the pace car is coming out of turn number 4 and down the front straightaway. So,
I want to point out the 69 car there did apologize for that coming off of pit road. He was very genuine, very sincere about it. And these types of things happen. We don't pick and choose how we cycle off of pit road. Just sometimes it doesn't go our way in the field. You're just at the right place at the wrong time. And it's just unavoidable. Things happen.
Well, I will tell you this, Matt, it is like Christmas time for me in the real world because this week is PDC week, the Predator Classic. You can't be at Fairbury Speedway, and Matt, this Fairbury Speedway with the Predator Classic needs to be on your bucket list as a bucket list dirt track to get to.
I agree, buddy.
America's dirt track. Oh my gosh. Here's the thing, so that race is $50,000 a win for 100 laps. Now, if you lead, it's $1,000 per lap. So you could walk out of that place with $100,000. And here's the cool thing. After you win, you take your money to the Bank of Pontiac right there in Fairbury, you cash a check.
I love how you said the Bank of Pontiac. That is awesome.
Pontiac, Illinois, the Bank of Pontiac.
That's right. Now, when you say Pontiac, obviously I think Pontiac Excitement, the Grand Prix GTP. The Pontiac, was iconic part of the GM automotive lineup. Unfortunately, the recession in 08 kind of killed that. But when you said Pontiac, it still resonates with me, not for the banking purposes, but you're absolutely right. That's where you cash that check. But would always love to see Pontiac come back at some point in time. I think it'd be really cool.
Well, you know what else is going to be really cool when it comes back? That's going to be the green flag when we get around turns 3 and 4 and through that trioval. I got to tell you also, Matt, if you are a dirt fan tomorrow night, they expanded PDC week out to 3 nights. Wednesday night is Slow Racing Night in America, one for the road at Fairbury. It is all late models all the time, taking their time on the dirt. And a lot of drivers, I mean, look, Fairbury is one of those tracks where you can get to relatively easy, and it's like going to the world of dream. The who's of dirt late models racing is going to be there. But nonetheless, as we come through that trioval and we get ready to go back to green flag racing, it's going to be Matt Heel, Justin Anigansack on the button as we come down through the trioval. We're not taking the green in the middle, we're taking the green in the end, and here we go. Away we go down to the start zone, and we are back green flag racing our lap number 16.
That's right, back to the business side of things here in Talladega. 2.66 miles of all the high flight, high octane racing action right here on Redline Racing Action with Alan Burgett, aka the Alan Experience, up in the booth, playing it safe. And he's got me talked into driving a race car out here on the racetrack again. But hey, I love this place. There's nothing better than just being in a race car or a virtual one here at Talladega. It's just nothing like it on the surface, in my opinion. As we now get back up to speed, Alan, I made a mistake. I was yabbering so much in the pits, I forgot to leave, and I went a lap down, but we still got plenty of time. We'll be okay. But right now, we're mired back in that 28th place position. We're just kind of riding right now behind John Osborne and company. A lot of good drivers back here. Gabriel Wood just a couple spots up in front of me as he runs in that 20th position. Just going to buy some time and see what sticks.
Well, meanwhile, back at the ranch, it's the two teammates, or who you would think would be teammates, Justin Anigasak and Josh Taylor. And I tell you what, when I signed on for this league through Redline, I saw Justin Anigasak's name, and I'm like, do what?
Remember, there's some names you come across in broadcasting, and you're like, I'm not even going to attempt that.
Nonetheless, here we are, round 28. We are knee deep. We are in the meat and potatoes portion of the playoffs. And we, right now, as we're watching Michael B. Allard, they got almost a three-car breakaway here on lap number 18. And, oh, here comes Hot Rod Jordan McGraw on the inside, leading that inside line like he's a troop, like he's a soldier, sergeant leading the troops. Matt Hill going to go to the outside. He's going to venture. They can't figure out which lane they want to be in.
Well, I'll tell you what, the way these runs are happening right now, it makes you second guess yourself, and that's not a good thing when you're plate racing. A lot of times it's just a flow, it's a vibe, it's like doing a dance. And when you start to second guess your decision, or you start to make a change and then you go back and you start to correct it, that's when big problems or big time incidents can happen on the racetrack. But yeah, the way the momentum is shifting right now, it can make it really tedious for these drivers and teams to try to figure out where they want to be at the right time, because one lap the outside lane has all the cojones, and then the next lap it transfers right back to the bottom.
And NASCAR fan for 24 saying, let's go from Road Joe. And I believe he's referring to, I don't know who he's referring to. There's no Joe's in the, oh, Joe Tardif. Okay. That's who he's referring to. Well, Front Row Joe is not really on the front row, but he is back here 17th. He has made a progress up 10 spots here on lap number 20, 19 laps in the history books. And he's in good company also in that other Mountain Dew ride.
I think I've got to believe he has to be one of the biggest movers in this race, at least on, that chart. He has to be a talking point. I mean, he's done a great job here in the early going. He stayed out of that wreck up near the front of this piece. And like we said, top of the show, Alan, doesn't matter what you really do through the first 50 laps of this race. As long as you're on the lead lap and you're in the draft, when it's go time, you have as good a shot as anybody.
Well, here's the thing, too, is I've seen this, and a lot of people have seen this, as we come back up to the ranch here. Here comes T-Mac, Tyler McMurder. He's up 14 spots. He's riding around that fifth, in that fourth position. Now Michael B. Allard, if this race were to end right now, if we were running the last lap, he would be the guy that would be in control, because one, he could get that good run and get a good push. A lot of times, these guys are really familiar with who they can draft with. And we're going to start to see about two different packs. We're going to see that mid pack, and then we're going to see the top 10. So once these guys get really spread out, and right there, T-Mac trying to be in line with that top four and try to get that breakaway.
Another thing that can really kind of spread the field out or shake up the running order, green flag pit stops. Now, I know that caution there kind of erased, at least the need to pit here in the early going of this race, as everyone virtually down pit road then for 2 cans of Sunoco Racing Fuel. But if we were able to execute a green flag pit stop, that can really have a big time impact. Wow, I just had a big time moment there behind me off my 6. Just give me a second here to regain my composure. But what I was basically saying is green flag pit stops can really shake things up. And if we get to a point in this race where that happens, make sure you're watching at home, folks, because you will see the complexion and the look of this field entirely rewritten if all goes according to plan.
Well, we see that almost all the time in the outside line has effectively gotten larger. Matt Hill, Kyle Kuykendall still looking for a win on the season. Here comes the 08 car. He's trying to get that inside line, and usually it's the outside line that struggles here at Talladega. This is new to see that inside line as far as back as they are in the first part on the inside line. Is that 08 car, and Kuykendall gonna try to do a little side drafting. Now, if you're behind, like if you're Matt Heel, to keep from running in the back of Tyler McMurder, he's almost got to go to the outside and kill that run. T-Mac Tyler McMurder still continues running in that fourth position. Matt Heel to behind him in fifth here. Kyle Kuykendall is the first car. Well, I take that back because they make a fool out of me. T-Mac Tyler McMurder to the inside line. He's got some help from his friends. He's going to need a few more friends if he wants to get up there and contend for the race lead. Start lap number 24. We got just about 51 laps left to go here in this piece as we have only been racing for 23 minutes. And here we are almost at halfway point.
Almost to the halfway point. In fact, we're now going to be approaching here this time by at the line. 24 laps on the scoreboard. And again, you're locked here on a Redline Racing Network with me making a very dumb decision down in the car and up in the booth at the same time, and Alan Bergen enjoying the AC and all of the mini Captain Crunch bars and everything else at his disposal up there in the booth. He's really loving life right now because I'm down here sweating to the oldies at over 190 miles an hour. We're starting to get a little crazy back here in the back of this thing.
Yeah, Justin Anigasek now under fire from T-Mac Tyler McMurder, and he's bringing the 12 car, Kyle Kuykendall, right along with them. As these guys are starting to slice and dice, things are getting spicy up front. Meanwhile, back in the back, don't think that things aren't getting spicy back there mid-back, because they're just spicy in the back as they are in the front. We really need a hot sauce sponsor too for when things get spicy.
Tell you what, we got some ghost pepper action going out of the back of this thing right now for putting into a hot sauce perspective. Everyone's starting to realize, hey, we may get another caution here, and got drivers back here fighting for the lucky dog because the wave isn't always guaranteed, and someone is down into the flatlands, Alan. They were way down there, and actually were able to pull it back up on the racetrack as if it never happened. Luck typically doesn't go like that for me, but without question, that was a moment there. But everything calmed back to normal as they found a slot to shove that car in and carried on their way.
And that was the 69 car, Chris Leota, that was driving for Bigfoot Enterprises. As meanwhile, we're going to go back up to the front here. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, Justin Anigasek and Josh Taylor still getting it done here. And now we are under yellow flag for the second time. And it's going to be Hot Rod.
Get skinny, boys.
Hot Rod Jordan McGraw off the racing surface. So let's see what happens. Oh no.
Yes, someone got sent.
Yeah, so Hot Rod Jordan McGraw, let's take another look from the chopper here. We're going to be like Arnold Schwarzenegger and get back to the chopper. So here we are coming down, and the 08 car gets, and that's that sweet spot on these bumpers, and Hot Rod Jordan McGraw is down in the apron and some evasive action. That's going to hurt. That's going to leave a mark. And the back end of that 34 car will not bump out.
And that's all it takes, right, Alan? Just a little bit of a misalignment, a push gone wrong. And, on the physics side of it, it doesn't make sense sometimes as a driver because you bump someone the same time in the same place and everything's fine. However, one of those 500 times you initiate the same type of a push, and that car, for whatever reason, goes full-blown twisted sister mode. And the next thing you know, you're upside down or going to see Dale, one or the other.
I hope I'm not going to go see Dale, but, if I do, we're going to do it for Dale. Well, with that being said, the Matt Mettler, Mr. Excitement, Beast Mode, he's going to be our lucky dog here on this caution as he's going to get his lap back. And this is going to be a great opportunity for the drivers to come down and get 2 cans of the virtual Sunoco fuel, grab a drink of water, and, contemplate life's decisions in about 13 seconds.
Speaking of life's decisions, I got a pretty big one here. Do I burn a fast repair, or do I just leave the damage on the car? Now, because I'm the lucky dog, I'm not able to pit with the rest of the drivers on the lead lap. I have to go all the way back around this racetrack. So that means by the time I get in my pit stall, I'm not going to have a lot of repair time. But because of the way the car's driving right now, I think, Alan, we're just going to continue to fix this car and keep that joker in our back pocket in case we need it, because we often know sometimes those fast repairs are everything late in this race.
Yeah, especially when it comes down to about 10 laps to go. And look, we're talking, every time I do a super speedway race, we talk about the move. When do you make that move? You don't make it on 3 to go. You don't make it 2 to go. You make it the last corner, not even the last corner, that super stretch, coming to the trial hole. That's when I make that move. That's when I propel myself. When I find the proverbial 6th gear, if you will, hope the slingshot engages, and it propels me to the front past 2 cars. Now, that's when all proverbial hell might break loose. But nonetheless, we're gonna get there. We're gonna see what that's like, and we're gonna see that move get made. The question is, who's
Alan's talking about hitting the turn and burn button.
The turn and burn, hitting the Look, every one of these guys probably have a flux capacitor in their cars, and they're just waiting to engage that flux capacitor that propels them past the
speaking of propelling, another thing, that outside lane right up there against the wall, there's some speed up there. If you got the guys that have the cojones to run up there with you, I mean, you can really make up some time if you got the right cars ripping the fence. That's another area of the racetrack that often gets overlooked.
Oh, you mean that Dale Jr. line?
The Dale, exactly.
That line that Dale Jr. and Tony Stewart figured out. And everybody, when that 820 car got hooked up together, it was game over for the rest of the field.
I'll tell you what, during the early 2000s, man, DEI was almost just untouchable. When it came to the super speedway signs of things, right off the bat, Michael Waltrip has his greatest day in NASCAR overshadowed by one of the most, just god-awful events that you'll ever see in the sport. But then being able to come back and win again in Daytona back in 2003 and having other special moments, that just DEI was so strong. Up until about 2007 at super speedways, the amount of races they won across all their cars. And remember, Mark Martin almost beat Kevin, almost won that race if it wasn't for Kevin Harvick in the classic Where Did He Come From line. He robbed one from Mark Martin, and that was a DEI car then as well, I believe. So you could have added a couple more to that total.
Absolutely. These guys are going to get doubled up, John Gore style, Noah's Ark style, whatever style you want to look up here. Shaking a look here now.
Can we do it Gundam style?
We can do whatever style you want to.
I don't want to know how that would look.
Checking in from Lincoln, Illinois, the Flow Racing Night in America. Now they got 2 heat races 37 dirt car super late models and 16 Taco Bell dirt car modifieds in the house there, and I gotta tell you what, it's been a fun one as they went through 8 laps heat races. And they essentially, that's the thing about Rain House, is you can pick up right where you left off.
Doing a single file restart here, Alan, not to cut you off. At least it feels like it way back here.
Well, as we get ready to come through that Geico restart zone or the United Rentals restart zone, it's going to be Allard with the button. Here we go, down and away. We are back to green flag racing. Micah Allard has Josh Taylor right behind him. Justin Anigasak got to be really careful here. He's got Kyle Kuykendall in his mirror as we have about 40 laps left to go from Talladega. And ladies and gentlemen, here we go, the outside line, picking up momentum. And Allard goes right back to work on the outside line. Just hurting the inside line.
I almost wiped the 34 off the face of the map. He threw it down in front of me, and I had to jump on the binders hard, real hard. Otherwise, I would have thrown the caution flag there. But that just goes to show you, even at a super speedway, how important track position is to some of these drivers.
Yeah, absolutely. It's, well, now we got Daniel Helms. He's up there on the inside of the second line. And so far, this is the first time tonight that Justin Anigasak has been in danger of going outside of the top 5. The inside line gaining momentum, gaining strength. Lilly, Helms, McMurder.
Well, that was a run. Sorry to cut you off.
And Kuykendall, 5 cars in the inside line, trying to make a good, clean getaway here on lap number 32 of 7. Down the back straightaway one more time. They're down to, here we go, down to the trial. I gotta learn my track awareness.
Well, hey, look, sometimes it's easy to lose, situational awareness. I get it, watching 35 plus cars, but it is 2x2, side by side, Noah's Ark style here on the racetrack, and everyone has started to turn the wick up, Alan. You can feel the intensity now as we're almost to that halfway mark, starting to pick up on the racetrack. The give and take is starting to go out the window. Those gaps that we had are starting to close up. We're getting to the point where this race is going to transition. Folks, get your popcorn ready. It's going to be a wild one here to close this thing out, I guarantee it.
Don't forget your honey buns also. As Dave Regal says, don't forget those honey buns. Look, Dave Regal has got to be the happiest man on the planet as he got to watch. I got to enjoy a Phillies game at home on my couch. And I'm texting Dave Regal. They won 10-7. And I'm like, there's no way the Phillies are going to blow a 10-run game. Micah Allard on the end, running second right now. Josh Taylor in that third position. Justin Anigasak. That middle line is now become the dominant line here, as they are just lap 33 laps in the history book, coming to get 35. Let the 35th lap to put 34 into the history books, and we're playing nicer right now.
We're playing nicer right now, but I got to leapfrog some of these broken cars here in the back just to keep it simple. There's some cars back here that have a little bit of damage, and I know I'm going to have to get clear of them at some point here. And there's always that one guy that likes to side draft in the back, and sometimes that happens, and that's what we're trying to overcome right now. I'm going to see if we can generate enough of a run, and it's hard to generate big runs, especially when you don't have any help behind you, because now you're relying solely on the side draft. And the group of cars in front of you that were there now have bailed or ejected down to the bottom lane. So that's going to now put more emphasis on the side drafting. Almost clear there, just not enough, as the one realized what I was trying to do. I'm going to try to sneak down here. That helps because now we actually have a car behind us, and the 21's going to try to pull outside me with no help and pass me. But you can see, just because we're in the back doesn't mean there's nothing going on back here. Sometimes the racing's more intense back here than at the front, and I think that could be the case right now, Alan.
Well, right now, back up here at the ranch, you got Anagasek, Allard, and Ruiz with a 3-car breakaway from the field. And now you got Matt Heel creating a line of his own. Get that, league of their own, line of his own. With the help of SpongeBob right behind him in the form of the 94 car.
We got some help on the outside lane, Alan. Now do we have enough? Can 2 cars get the job done? But I'll keep you posted here, as it's not looking like a winning effort. 3 cars together just in front of me, and we're still green. I thought we were about to see a big one pop off there, buddy.
Exactly, and that's saying only 1 car on the lip down. That's Roto and that number 98 ride, who's now 4 laps down. Mr. Excitement, Matt Mettler, back there in that 28th position. In danger of losing the draft, as he's got to do whatever he needs to do. Look, if you see the car in front of you, you're in the draft. Chris Leota back up there. They are single file right now back at the ranch. Jose Ruiz sitting high, wide, and handsome. We are 2 laps away from halfway. And this one, we just about got 30 to go here. As we are closing in on lap number 40, and so far only 2 cautions for cause. There's that 2 cautions for 6 laps, 12 lead changes. 12 guys have led this thing. Here on lap 38, coming to get 39 to put 38 laps into the entry box.
You know, another thing, Alan, too, currently right now, you know, I've been down pit road a few times here, you know, obviously repairing damage, and I've taken fuel, but some of these guys may actually have to still make a pit stop here. Right now, my telemetry, I got about 29 laps of fuel remaining. I'm going to come up just a little bit short here, but some of these guys, my point is, some of these drivers may have to pit sooner than later, especially if they haven't made a trip down pit road. They got to be getting really skinny in the fuel department.
Well, as we get ready to come trip lap number 40 down to the turns 3 and 4 complex, we're going to have 39 laps, 41 laps to go. Wow. We're going to have 39 laps to go. 31 laps to go. Wow, my math is off. But we're going to go ahead step side. We're going to go side by side. You're not going to stay here on the Red Line Racing Network. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Lincoln, Alabama, as we got 27 laps remaining here with the NOSSCAR Cup Series. And Thomas Geyer out of Blockbuster Racing leading this piece. And I know that Matt Mettler gets excited when he sees myself or Thomas Geyer leading a race, especially at Talladega. He is doing it like he's done it for years. And he's got the 63 car right behind him. That's Gary Maydew.
Have to burp it. Come on, get down.
And right now, the inside line being the dominant line, we will have 26 laps remaining. Hang on to her. Don't get the bad block. Take those pushes there, Thomas. Jason Metcalf putting them in good hands as they are trying to get a two-car breakaway. Matt Heel in that number 53 car on the inside line. Now, right now, Thomas Geyer does not want to get out to a big lead. He's in good company with that 29 car. They glued to that back bumper. And I'm willing to bet you dollars to donuts that he is yelling at his computer saying, push me.
He's probably given every hand signal and foot kick known to mankind. Unfortunately, Jason Metcalf has no idea. He can't see it, but I promise you the 29 car knows how to get the job done. Oh, we got some movement up there at the front. I'm not sure what that was, but are things starting to get dicey up there, buddy?
They're starting to get slicey and dicey. Here comes Elijah Fisher, who's up 22 spots, and he's bringing Justin Lish with him. Gary Turner right along with him in that deuce, that black 2 car. And the inside line going back to work. Thomas Geyer, though, he's one spot. If the race were to end right now, it would be one spot off the bottom step of that podium with just a quarter lap to go. 25 laps remaining here at Talladega on the Redline Racing Network. Alan Bergen and Matt Mettler in the booth and in the car with me. I'm not in the car. Matt Mettler is in the car.
Yeah, he's up there enjoying the champagne and the mimosas. I'm doing all the heavy lifting.
If only it was that easy to get champagne.
Yeah, it's impossible. I know.
I don't drink on the job. Not at all. Don't forget here at 9:20 Central, 10:20 Eastern, over on ABSN, the Western States Racing League tackles in Indianapolis in the trucks on the big track. They don't go to IRP. They go to the big track. 64 laps here tonight for that one. And, you know, Matt, I got to tell you, I know you covered the WSRL, the Western States Racing League, with me, but seeing Bob Beltrami win at the opening night on ABSN put a smile on my face.
It's always good to smile.
Look,
it's always good to be happy or smile. I know you are, buddy. And I appreciate you for that. So here's the game plan. I'm probably going to shoot myself in the foot talking about this on the air, especially if any of these drivers are listening to it. So I got myself positioned behind the 77. He's a gunslinger. He likes to go fast, take chances. So I'm trying to figure out a way to communicate with him, which I really don't have the option to right now. But I'm just hoping he's going to pull the trigger sometime here soon. And if he does, I'm going to be stuck to him like glue, because I know he's probably going to want to get going here sooner than later as these laps continue to wind down. Now up to that, I believe, 23rd place position. Got myself, Tyler Dohar, and then just behind me, Gabriel Wood in the 04 ride. You know he likes to run up front in this league, so I imagine it's going to start to be that time to start making some moves towards the front of this piece here sooner than later as we now approach lap 50, Alan, this time by at the line.
If you're at lap 50 and you're not making forward progress, the sand of the hourglass are definitely starting to run out. You got to start making those moves right now, because Elijah Fisher has got his sets on that final laps. Here comes the outside line. Here comes the 08 car, and he's bringing Jason Metcalf right along with them.
This whole field right now is almost single file except for a couple cars up at the front. If anything, it looks like we're going to start doing green flag pit stops.
And that's what it's almost like it's being set up for. As right now we got a couple drivers swaying back and forth. Ladies and gentlemen, they're not doing that because they're playing with the wheel. That's turbulence. That's air.
Alan, if I save fuel, I can make it to the end. I think I have enough juice in the box right now where if I can save just a little bit, I might be able to make it to the end of this race without coming down pit road.
Well, right now,
I firmly believe that.
As I quote Dave Regal, the 6 car of Eliza Fisher is the fuel pig right now. But here's the thing. How many drivers are going to go on that Maxwell House strategy and get everything up and including the last drop? $20 laps remain here from Talladega. Eliza Fisher in the 6 car trying to get that 6 right out front and get himself a win here in the playoffs. And this could shake up the points here in a big way.
I just lost a lot of track position there. Gabe Wood wanted to go outside, so then I took the run to go with him, and he checked back down to the bottom, and that hemorrhaged us a couple spots here.
19 laps to go this time by. There's your leader, Eliza Fisher, as they're going to start thinking about the green flag pit stops. Who's going to be the first to pit last? Gary Turner in that 2 car. He's up 17 spots right now. Your top 2 race leaders, Elijah Fisher and Justin Litch, they're up 22 spots both respectively, and no help on the outside.
Now the big question is, Alan, does this race end under a natural checkered flag or a natural finish? So many times here they don't. You always end up in overtime one way or another. We do not have enough fuel to go to overtime. That's game over. We're going to have to stop. So the question is, even though I can make it to the end of the scheduled distance, do I stay out on the racetrack, or do I really roll the dice and basically put all my chips in it's going to end at a natural checkered flag in my late race plans here? That's what I'm currently deciphering over right now.
Well, right now, there's 3 cars that are watching the fuel gauge. That's the 6, the 29, and the 08. And because they are essentially running the 08 and the 29. The 29 could dip in line. That's going to be Jason Metcalf. Right now, the 08 car, he's looking for a hole. He's begging, he's pleading for someone to let him in. And that's like whenever you're going into a work zone. Ooh. So it's almost like you're going into a work zone. Okay, we're going to see green flag pit stop. We're going to have to. These guys are thinking about it. They're thinking about it like you are. But here's the thing. They're not coming down for tires. They're going to splash and go with 17 laps to go. 17 laps to go. Talladega is almost like having 20. You back everything up around 10 or 15 laps.
For that, Alan, I appreciate it. Also want to take a moment to thank everyone turning in right now on the live side of things. Make sure you smash the like button, ring the bell. That way you come home to all the high-flying, high-octane racing action here on Redline Racing Network. It looks like we got 2 cars on the outside. I think it's time to do business, Alan. So I am going to put my face mask back down, strap the dial to kill, and let's go do this. Have a great rest of the call up top of the booth, buddy.
Hopefully we'll be talking to you on the other end, but meanwhile, back at the ranch with 16 laps to go. It's all Elijah Fisher all day long. And we got just 16 circuits left. Justin Litch, Gary Turner, and Thomas Geyer. That's your top 4. Jose Ruiz. I mean, some of these guys have got to start thinking about it, I'm sure. Who's going to be the first to pit last? That's going to be the question. Who is going to be the driver that says, you know what, I don't think I can make it? You can see some of these guys, their chart. It's been an up and down day for some of these drivers. Eliza Fisher currently second. Justin Litch going to go to the inside. We're about to get all shook up here. Oh, we got big problems.
Oh, no.
Elijah Fisher going around.
Woo.
And that caution could not have come out. A lot of drivers in this field. Let's see what happens. We go high above and
I'm gonna have to call
Thomas Geyer just gets into the 6 car. No harm intended, but nonetheless, 6 car gonna go around, and that's gonna put us under caution for the 3rd time tonight.
What, Alan, we barely made it through that one. We had a lot of luck on our side there, and it literally was very reminiscent of the first incident at the top of this broadcast. It literally happened at the front of this piece again, and I have to place a call to my seamstress. I blew some stitching out there. They're going to have to get my race suit fixed before next week.
I was going to say, how many drivers are going to need Tide stain remover because they stain their ride?
I'm about to put some graphics inside the car that says, Code Brown, it's not just a saying, it's a way of life around here. Something along those lines.
Well, to peel back the curtain, look, I'm a bottom split driver. It's, and I run a lot of the public lobbies. And I want to put a sign on my cars that says, welcome to the bottom split.
I have an idea about that. I'll speak to you when we're off the air.
I mean, I did put a logo on my car once that said I break for turtles. I gotta imagine we're gonna see wholesale pit stops. I've also gotta imagine there's a few drivers that think they can make it. Now we come back green. Let's take a look at that race recap. Our 3rd caution for the evening here, lap number 58. We're gonna have just 11 laps to go. We're gonna have less than 10. This is where, if you think things are crazy before this point, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we're just getting cranked up to crazy.
Alan, I decided to go down pit road there. Didn't burn the fast repair, but I did add about 3.4 gallons to the fuel cell. We were good through the natural finish of this race, but I've called too many of these races. I know you have, and we've seen the most unimaginable things happen to the outcome of these races where they're like, there's no way there's going to be a caution. Sure enough, there the yellow flag reigns supreme, and I just don't see how this thing goes the natural distance. I think we go overtime, perhaps deep into overtime. So I made sure we had enough Sunoco racing fuel in the box to get us all the way home here. We did bleed some track position. A lot of drivers did stay out, more than I anticipated, that's for sure. It looks like that's going to put Justin Lish in the 57 and the Jerry Turner, excuse me, on the front row there. Your favorite Anakazak going to restart there in P4 in that Red Bull ride 97. Then you're going to have Morgan Lilly. T-Mac McFlurry is going to be in 6th. Grant Tyler Dohar, who I was working with all the way up to P8, so clearly he stayed out. Interesting to see if some of these guys made the right or wrong decision. Going to have to stick around and find out, right, buddy?
Exactly. And here we go as we get ready to get doubled up Noah's Ark style behind that iRacing.com pace car for hopefully the last time tonight. And, well, I gotta say what, it's, yeah, it's gonna be quite interesting, as we would say, as the lights are out on the Speedway and on the race, on the pace car. It's gonna be Litch, it's gonna be Turner, Heel, and Agasak. And Lilly, T-Mac, Tyler, McMurder. That's your top 6. Salzano, double natural of Dohar. Up 10 spots, looking for the upset, John Osborne and Gabriel Wood. Now, I tell you what, going back to that 44 car of John Osborne, he races about 3 nights a week. Here on Tuesday, then on Thursday, you can catch that racing lead that he's in on Peacemaker Gaming. And then you flip over on Saturday at 9:15 Eastern to catch him racing in the ECR, the Elite Cup Series, over on Sim Racing Media. So he's getting a lot of seat time. And he could be racing at 3 different style racetracks during the course of the week. We get ready to come back to Green Flag Racing. We are going to have just about, let's look at a race recap here. We're going to have 12 laps to go. It's going to be a 12-lap shootout to the end of this one. Ladies and gentlemen, Justin Litch, Jerry Turner on the button. We are getting ready to come back to Green Flag Racing.
The pace speed is 70.
Here
That's speed, buddy.
It's going to be Litch. It's going to be Turner. It's going to be Heel. It's going to be Anakin Sack here on the front rows, first 2 rows, down through the tri-oval, not through the restart zone. Here we are, back to the restart zone. 12-lap shootout here at Talladega. We are back to Green Flag Racing. We're going to crank it up to 1,000. Justin Lynch gets out to the fast lead. See how it's come up through the gearbox. 11 laps to go. Matt Heel in that number 53 car. Here comes Lilly and Salzano playing the long game. The long game is over. Everybody is just out the window. 10 laps. Every man for himself. Here comes T-Mac, Tyler McMurder on the inside in that 4th position. 1 spot out of the podium. If the race would end right now, he would be on the outside looking in on your podium. Justin Litch, continues to be out front. He's got to do some blocking. I don't know if we're going to keep the same mean and lean and green. But here comes John Osborne. Where did you come from, John? John Osborne at number 44 at G-Shock Chevrolet. He's on the inside line. He's right in front, right behind T-Mac. Tyler McMurder, 10 laps to go. Getting ready to come down the single. Whoa, easy big fellas. Easy boys. We got a 4-car breakaway with 10 laps to go. Getting ready to come down to single-digit laps. Down into the 3 and 4 complex one more time. Justin Litch going to lead him to 9 laps to go. 9 laps remaining. Turner on in the podium position right now. 9 laps to go left here on Red Line Racing Network. It's anybody's game. As we are zoomed out there, you can see that bump 1, 2, 3 times a lady. Matt Heel, Jerry Turner, Morgan Lilly, your top 4. Rounding out your top 5 right now, T-Mac, Tyler McMurder. 9 circuits remaining. Whoa, we're 3 wide. 3 wide. Right now, Justin Litch is high, wide, and handsome. 8 laps to go. Let's start by. Justin Litch, Matt Heel, Gary Turner, T-Mac, Tyler McMurder, still your top 5. And this is just the calm before the proverbial storm. This is the calm before all hell breaks loose. Inside line. Ruiz gonna go out. He can't advance his position. The 08
They're
car.
wrecking.
Oh my goodness.
Legs out.
Fourth caution of the evening. And let's see what happened to the 08 car. Redline Racing Network replay coming at you, and Nick Bench just wrong spot, wrong time, and Hackadall involved. They're gonna keep it straight though. We come back out to the live picture. Here's what's amazing. We have 29 cars took the green flag. 27 are still on the racetrack. And actually, we're going to go ahead and say that all 29 cars are still on the racetrack if you want to get technical. So we've been racing here for an hour and 5 minutes. I want to thank everybody for joining us on the YouTube live chat, on your phones, in your homes, wherever you may be watching the race tonight. Can't thank everybody enough for tuning in.
I'm debating using that fast repair, Alan, just because it takes this car longer to get up to speed with the damage it has. And we're pretty much at the back of this field anyhow, so really it's really nothing to lose unless we get a massive catastrophic collision or a wreck happen again and we go into 2 or 3 overtimes. It's so decisive. These races always become a mental just nightmare. It's almost more mental than it is physical with these races at times because of just how everything shakes out. Trying to figure out what the right call, what the winning decision is.
Yeah, that's the thing, is what is that winning decision? As we are now under caution for the 4th time here tonight. When we go back racing, let's take a look at that race recap. When we go back racing, we're going to have a green-white checker. No doubt about it. This is going to be a natural green-white checkers. So we are getting ready to come back to green flag racing. It's going to be...
Behind the last place are still on the track, and we never did it for them earlier. I'm not saying we give them multiple laps back because we didn't do it for them earlier. I'm just saying might as well honor them and give them one. Dip it. It's okay with me. We should go one to green. Come on. I think the 69, you have the one you dog this time, so I think RJ is on the lap down here. Correct.
All right, here we go. Getting ready to go back to green flag as
Back now anyway.
we are under 4th caution here tonight. Green-white checker coming right at you. This is going to be a natural green-white checker. So when we come back to green flag racing, we're going to have about 3 laps to go. And for the folks that don't know, it is going to get wild. Now, if you're Jerry Turner, you're in the spot that you want to be in.
Is this the calm before the storm or what, Alan?
I mean, look, all proverbial hell is getting ready to break loose.
It is. There's going to be some really happy folks. There's going to be some really aggravated, disgruntled folks. After this is over, that's how it always goes. You can stamp that market guaranteed. That we know. But if you tell me you know who's going to come across the start-finish line first, you are full of certified poo-poo, sir.
The only thing I know is that there's going to be one winner and, oh, let's just say 28 other hacked off people. Just saying. But meanwhile,
We're talking about the 96 diecast DLP car. You remember that car?
Yes.
Tony Raines, I think, drove. Didn't Tony Raines drive that car? I think Terry Labonte drove it for a little bit too.
That was the owners of Terry Bradshaw and Troy Aikman, I believe.
That's right. You are correct. 100%.
See, I know stuff.
The DLP, that was that mirror technology with as high definition TVs were just starting to become a thing, if I remember correctly. And I'm pretty sure that didn't survive. That didn't last. I never really hear of. I haven't heard DLP in a long time.
Right now, we're going to start on board here. We're going to go on board with that number 2 car. And we're going to see him come through that restart zone. He's going to be glued to the back bumper of that 57 car.
8 cars in.
We're going to start off in a second gear at 74 miles an hour through the United Reynolds restart zone, and we are back to green flag racing. 3 laps to go. 5 laps to go, make it 4 to go this time by.
0, 3, 4.
Four laps remaining, and it's anybody's game right now. Who's it gonna be? Justin Litch out to front. Here comes Grant Zaldado. He's in the catbird seat right now as we're getting ready to come down to 3 laps to go. Three laps to go this time. But we got big
They're wrecking again. They're wrecking again.
They'd save it. We're gonna be green.
Oh my God!
We're still green.
That's right. Manual cautions. Mother.
And there it is.
Yellow flag.
Not that one. We want this one.
And this changes everything.
This
Now
just
I'm glad I put the fuel in the car, Alan.
Caution number 5. We're going overtime. We see it all the time. I don't, you know. There's the beneficiary.
One green-white wrecker tonight, Alan. Because that's what it's going to be. It's not going to be a checker. It's going to be a wrecker.
Oh, man. I mean, just... Wow.
So only one attempt to...
As you heard it here, one attempt at a green-white checker. So they got to get it right on the first try.
You only get one shot at this, right?
I mean, it's like taking a Corral on the first date. You only get one shot at it.
That's a good point, buddy. I'm not sure where Joe Tardif, then one car is way, way back there, 11 seconds back, so there's no way I can wait up for him. I'm just going to have to ask for a black clear here. Now they're talking about giving him an EOL on the radio, and that is the right call. because he is unable to maintain position. Pit lane is open. I'm going to come down and I'm going to use the fast repair. Why not?
Right now, we got nothing to lose, but nonetheless.
Yeah.
Grandson's out
I'm
on
going to need
Tyler
a black
Doha.
flag clear for the one car. It was because of the one. Because the one was like 12 seconds in back of us, he just couldn't carry any speed. All right, Alan, we use that fast repair, so you know what? Whatever happens, happens, but this is going to be full send. Welcome, folks, to iRacing's Call of Duty Hardcore Team Deathmatch here at Talladega. Because there's going to be zero you-know-what's given here, and this is going to be just all-out brutality to the checkered flag from here. This is what it's all about.
Yeah, as we get ready to go back green flag racing one more time. They're going to get doubled up this time by for, well, what will be the, either way, it's going to be the last restart of the night. One shot to go.
That's right.
Get this right.
This is where I wish I had a Mortal Kombat paint scheme on my car that said finish him. They're already talking about it on the chat right now. They know what's coming. They know.
Oh,
okay. For you folks at home that are wondering or have seen a yellow after an overtime scenario, I can assure you that the HMFIC head cook, chief, and bottle washer is on the radio right now and letting all the drivers and teams know this is it. Once we take the green flag, the only flag that's ending the race after this is going to be the checkered flag, or in this case, the record flag. Because this is going to be nuts. And if you can dodge all the minefields, the Acme rockets, the explosions, cars going space shuttle status to the moon, you may come out here with a podium or even a win.
Well, I got to tell you this right now. T-Mac Tyler McMurder, he's going to punch the gas. And he's either going to see Dale or the checkers.
One or the other. I mean, a lot of these playoff drivers, they are not happy, and I get it. I understand the why, because a lot of times you really are not in control of your own destiny in situations like this.
No, and there's not a lot of places where you can run away and hide. You know, and that's the thing is, that's why we do these races. I mean, I'm looking up to the
field. It is so hard to win one of these races.
Look, and there's 29 drivers that think they can do it.
Absolutely. Every single one of them has a shot, especially with the new rules of engagement that have just been placed on us via overtime here on Redline Racing Network, folks. This is what you came for. Make sure you grab that dial, crank it up to 1,000, because it's about to get rowdy here, folks. Lights are out on the pace car. We are racked, stacked, ready to go. Alan, Godspeed up there in the booth, buddy. Hopefully I come out the other side of this alive.
Well, I tell you this right now, Matt. We are approaching the final restart of the night. I am ready. I'm excited. Let's get this one done. Don't forget, here in about 2 minutes, we'll be heading over to the ABSN booth to bring you all the action of the Western States Racing League. But right now, we got one to settle out here. It's T-Mac Tyler McMurder. On the outside of the second row, Tyler Doha in the double natural. Who's going to win? We're going back to green for the final time tonight. Two laps to go. Popsicle sticks in the air. Doha out to an early lead. He's going to jump in the bottom line.
Go bail low, get skinny. We're through the first one. No, he's coming up. Damn it, 21. We're still alive. We're still alive.
Meanwhile, they're drag racing Dohart, Salzano, the second line, T-Mac, Tyler McMurder. They're not done wrecking yet. Who's it gonna be? We're coming down. Popsicle Sticks goes down. The white flag getting ready to come out here. White flag in the air this time by. Final lap. Tyler Dohart, the double natural. Grant Salzano, the 97 car on the outside line. They're coming down that back straightaway. It is anybody's game right now. Anakin Sack going for 2 in a row. That might be the move. Coming through the tri-oval. Does anybody have anything? Heel gonna go low. Anakin Sack gonna take 2 in a row. Here is your top 3.
I can tell you what, folks, it is erupting right now in the voice chat. Metcalf is lit like a Christmas tree, and he has every right to be. Well, that unfolded as advertised, ladies and gentlemen, and due to the fact that I was so far in the back, I decided that I'm not a playoff driver. I typically don't run for points, so I elected to let these guys go and race it out. But it was fun being at the front of this thing, well, before the bad things happened. And see, whatever I do, usually the opposite happens. I decided not to use the fast repair because I figured we were going to get caught up in something. We never did, so we never really had the speed in the car on the short side of the run. Every time we started getting track position, that yellow flag came out. But that's the tale of how these plate races go, right, Alan?
Exactly, and Matt, with time constraints on both of our ends, we're unfortunately going to forego the post-race interview, but we'll watch the 97 car burn it down. I know you got to get to your day job, and I got to get to the Western States Racing League, so we're going to watch Justin Angasak burn it down.
All right, Alan, thank you so much. I appreciate you, ladies and gentlemen. I have to go into work. Alan's got to get to another broadcast. We'll see you next time right here on Redline Racing Network. Alan, thank you again, brother. I appreciate you.
Absolutely. We'll see y'all on the next one.
We expect to be fighting for the podium.
Andrew, that's the future of the military.
I don't give a fuck. You shouldn't have fucking lost, brother. God damn. You brought a knife to a gunfight. It's not my fault.
Number 3 looks like he got who won that.
Get ready, going green. Pace car's leaving. Go! Green, green, green. Got one outside. Stay low. Clear outside.
Braking in turn 2.
Outside. Keep to the bottom. Keep low. Keep low. Clear.
When there's a checkup, you just don't lift.
Outside. Stay low. Clear to the top. 45, 43, 1, 3. You're in fourth.
You're not making any friends, Seven.
No, I wasn't working on a path or nothing. You could just fly up into my ass.
45.271.
That was your fastest lap of the session. The car in P7 just set the fastest lap.
44.428. Got one inside. Got one inside. Stay high. Clear. Got one inside. Clear to the bottom. Inside. Keep high. Clear to the bottom. .59. Got one inside.
Gotta be
Keep
clear.
it on top. Clear inside. .45, 26, 2, 1. Got one outside. Clear to the top. .659.
The leader just did a
45.574. .55. Inside. Keep high. Clear to the bottom. Got one inside. Clear.
wrecking on the front stretch.
45.866. Next car's the leader.
Was that 7?
I believe, I don't know. Still here.
.689. You're back in fifth. Got one outside. Keep to the bottom. Stay low. Clear to the top. Next car's the leader. .431. You're back and forth. Inside. Keep it on top. Stay right there.
Easy,
Stay right there.
Kind of loose. Don't push him too hard.
Clear to the bottom.
Get him, boys. 7.
Well, if everybody would watch who gets loose sooner and not push him, that would help a lot for others. I mean, it's just smart. You see he's loose, don't run on him. Go around him.
Next car's the leader. 46.423.
We're in a podium position.
D3, go get the leaders. Got one inside. Stay high. Keep high. Stay high.
Wrecking in turn.
3, clear to the bottom. Inside. Stay high. Still there. Keep it on top. Stay high. Clear. Inside. Still there. Stay right there. Clear to the bottom. 46.735.
The leader just did a
46.419. Got one outside. Stay on the bottom.
Hang
Still
on there, boy.
Clear outside.
I knew he was
Inside.
gonna buck past. I don't know why we're waiting around.
Clear.
Well, he just kept right back up to us when we passed him.
48.0.
I knew that was going to happen.
Wrecked the last race, too.
Hey, Stephen, if you can hear me, you got a fast car. You got to give me some little patience, brother. No, you know, you're a Class C, D, B, A, L, O.
That car is a lap down. Outside. Clear. 2 to go. 45.904.
You're pulling away from the car behind. The gap is 3 seconds.
Got a slow car ahead on the bottom. Go high.
Do not hit each other.
You're pulling away from the car behind. The gap is
4.1
seconds.
inside. Clear to the bottom. White flag. One more lap to go. Inside. Clear to the bottom. 45.
Dude can see you coming up behind him and he goes down in front of you.
Next car is the leader. Got one inside. Clear inside. You got wheel damage.
Looks like one of your wheels is out of alignment. You'll have less grip out there.
Good job, boy.
Yeah, I saw that.
Great job, driver. You got wheel damage.
Nice work, Tyler. You and I were hanging out backwards.
Nice run.
That's fresh.